Hello everyone watching Otakuthon at home. How are you guys? Hello.
Hello.
So, welcome to the Manga Planet and futekiya panel here at Otakuthon at home 2021 edition. We're very happy to be back at Otakuthon, right?
Yeah. I can't believe it's been a year already.
Yeah, it's been a year and it's very hot outside. Right now, it's summer here in Japan, so yeah. It's been a long year, but yeah.
And we are back still on virtual conventions, but glad we could still talk to everyone through
That's true.
memes.
Yeah. So today is we call this panel the futekiya the Futopia futekiya stream futekiya and Manga Planet open and close parenthesis stream. Futopia is actually one of our live streams that we do on YouTube for futekiya, but since it's a Otakuthon, we decided to talk about Manga Planet as well. So yes, self-introductions. I am Gladys. I am a producer at futekiya and Manga Planet, and we have
my name is Emma, and I am the editor-in-chief for both futekiya and Manga Planet.
Yes. So nice to be here. Please watch until the very end. Okay. So for today, we'll be talking about, for those who are new to our services, we'll be talking about Manga Planet and futekiya. What are these services? And then the key features of Manga Planet and futekiya, and then give you a sneak peek to what you can read on both services, Manga Planet and futekiya. And of course, new license announcements. So make sure you watch until the very end. Yes. So first, what is Manga Planet? You can find us at read.mangaplanet.com. We are an online subscription service for officially licensed Japanese manga. So everything is translated into English. And of course, these are official releases of manga. But the Manga Planet's the subscription service itself launched in November in 2019, but it actually started way back in the project itself started way back in 2012 as is that correct, Emma?
Yeah. So I could fill in on the background, I guess, of Manga Planet, the history.
History.
It started back in 2012 as sort of a research or a joint project between our partner company, Dai Nippon Insatsu.
Dai Nippon Printing.
Printing. Yeah. DMP and our company to do research on how manga is read in countries like Southeast Asia, like India, Philippines, Thailand, and places like that. And in the process of that, they created a Facebook page to sort of gather together manga fans and sort of discuss and figure out what fans want in areas that usually aren't target countries for manga publishing. And so based off all the data and research gathered during those years, it became sort of a goal of our company president to create a manga service to help bring manga all over the world, but specifically to countries where it's more difficult to access manga, especially at prices that are reasonable. So that's the background for Manga Planet.
Yes, and then we launched the service itself in November of 2019. So we are turning 2 very soon. We are turning 2 this year, right? 2019, 2020, 2021. Yeah.
I can't believe it's
and right now we have 96 titles in our library, but that's like we have really long running series on Manga Planet. So you have more than like 250 volumes of manga, and we're still adding more and more. And a lot more when the Kodansha titles come.
Yeah, in case you haven't heard, we have a whole bunch of Kodansha titles coming soon.
Yes, we are also releasing Kodansha titles on Manga Planet soon. So yeah, we'll definitely have a lot of titles by the end of the year, I guess. I hope so.
We're working on it.
Yeah. So next, our sibling service is futekiya. I'll give Emma the honor.
So much like futekiya, it's an online manga subscription service specifically for boys love manga. In case people are unfamiliar with what boys love is, boys love, often called BL, is manga that depicts relationships between like 2 male characters. Basically, it's like men loving men depictions. Typically it's called yaoi, I think, overseas, but since we're based in Japan, we follow the general terminology used in Japan, which is boys love. So we launched in July of 2019, a little bit before Manga Planet, oddly. That's because BL publishers tend to move faster sometimes than a lot of non-BL publishers. So we were able to get futekiya up and running a couple months ahead of Manga Planet, and we just celebrated our 2nd anniversary. For those who attended futekiya Fest, I'm sure you saw all the celebrations for the 2nd anniversary. And right now we have 305 titles and more coming.
Today, by recording, we added 5, right? So it's
that's right.
310 titles.
And by the time this is aired, it's probably more.
Yeah.
We have new titles coming in every week. So if you're a BL fan, or if you just want to try, if you're not sure if you're a BL fan yet, but want to try a wide variety of titles to sort of decide if you like this genre, this is a really good and easy way to enter and just try new things. So yeah, that's futekiya.
Okay, so now that you know what Manga Planet and futekiya are, we will talk about the key features of our services. So Emma, please, can you talk about the key features?
All right, so for people who have seen this flight a lot, this will be more another round of hearing about these key features. But so the first one is that we have a well curated content. And this is for both Manga Planet and futekiya. For the Manga Planet side, our company president and all of our team members are very passionate about manga. So when it comes to picking out licenses, we all sort of work together to pick out titles that we believe that should be part of the collection and that should be brought over into English. For futekiya, we don't have, our company president isn't as familiar with BL, so people tend to rely on me to list up the titles, and then we work together with our partner company and get additional opinions about which titles should be included in the futekiya library, along with everyone's recommendations that they send to us. So thank you for sending in your requests. It's good to hear people are very passionate about the manga that they want to read. We also have filtering and tagging options specifically for futekiya. So we know a lot of people want to read certain things or don't want to read certain things. So if you're like me and you want to read about salarymen with glasses, you could go to the futekiya website and tag those 2 boxes and get a nice list of titles that have both those elements. So glad you're laughing. Along with having a well-curated library, this content comes with regular updates. So for the most part, these titles come at regular intervals, except for like moments that we need to re-license for the sequels and things like that. But if you check our calendar, you can see the updates, and we have, for the most part, in particular, we have updates basically every day now. And so there's new BL chapters that you could read and sort of spice up your week. As the for Manga Planet, we have, for the most part, we have new titles coming out. Not new titles, but new chapters coming out almost like every day of the week. There's some days that are open, but that's just a nice little break while we work on bringing new licenses in. So be sure to check out our calendar, which is in each respective subscription site, to see what titles will be coming in. For both Manga Planet and futekiya, it is also a flat monthly fee. So if you just pay one price, you have access to the library for 1 month, 3 months, or 6 months. We have 3 different plans. The 6-month plan actually is I think, was it $29.99 a month for 6 months, which is a very cheap option, budget conscious option. If you're wanting to have a lot of access to manga, but you don't want to buy like multiple volumes during that time period. So it's a good option if you'd like to just have your manga on the go and just a longer period of time to enjoy and read. So yeah. As I said, like on the go, it's available on any device that has internet access, like Wi-Fi or
data.
So like data, like internet access and a web browser. As long as it has those 2 things, you should, for the most part, be able to access Manga Planet and futekiya. So you could do it on your smartphone, your computer. Some people have tried the Switch.
The browser on the Switch.
Browser on the Switch. I haven't tried it on my Nintendo 2DS, but maybe I'll try that someday to see.
I have a DS. I can definitely not read on a DS. Anyway.
Yeah.
Moving on.
We also, thanks to Gladys' hard work, we have 2 really great blogs for both Manga Planet and futekiya. There's original content there. It includes like event reports. We have this thing called the futekiya, or the Manga Planet encyclopedia, that goes over different terms or the culture around manga or like BL manga. So it's really informative for people who maybe want to know but aren't sure like where to find this information. So I recommend you check it out. We also have a lot of interviews with artists, which is really cool. And reading on futekiya and Manga Planet, you support publishers and artists. So we do, like, with our partner company as well, we license manga legally, and each time you read through Manga Planet futekiya, it counts towards the royalties. So there's a lot of different online manga options that don't necessarily count towards, like, doesn't necessarily give back to artists. So if you read online but also would like to give back to artists, this might be an easy transition or easy way to keep doing what you have been doing, but maybe with a little extra added benefit for the manga industry as a whole. And it's also Manga Planet futekiya are run by manga fans for manga fans. So Gladys is a manga fan. I am a manga fan. Our company president, our boss, our Narita-san, chairman. Everyone.
Chairman. Yeah.
Everyone is a manga fan. We all have very diverse tastes as well. So it's
That's
sort of interesting to see what we bring to work, basically, like what we're reading, what's on our mind. So yeah, we are manga fans ourselves, and we're trying to keep the needs of manga fans around the world in mind as well. So yeah, those are our key features.
Yeah, And aside from those key features, we also like on this, not really on the side, like what we do is we are active in the fight against manga piracy. So we work with this government institution called CODA, the Content Overseas Distribution Association, who they have created this series of manga, 16 like different types of manga that tackles like the impacts of piracy on the artist. So it's a pretty educational. So if you go to our blog, that's futekiya.com or mangaplanet.com, you will see this yellow poster on this like right side. If you click on that, you will see works like what's that? Noragami. There's these are my personal choices. Like there's Super Gal, and then there's Sergeant Frog. So you can learn a lot from there's Kindaichi too. I almost forgot. So you can learn a lot about like the effects of piracy by reading all this stop piracy manga. And aside from that, we also give access, like Emma said before, we give access to more manga to more fans overseas. So not just like like print books or stuff like that. So we don't have geographical restrictions. If you can't access Manga Planet or Futekiya from your country, I think that is like a restriction by your provider or your country. So that is that is one thing that is already out of our control. But at the moment, we are not restricting from our side. We are not limiting any country from reading our accessing our library. And we also work mostly with small and medium-sized publishers. So these are the publishers that do not have that much resource to distribute their manga overseas, even though they want to. Like they know that there's a need overseas to overseas fans want to read their manga, but they can't provide the English edition because of lack of resources. So we work with those publishers, and we bring their manga to a wider audience. So yeah, that's what we do at Manga Planet and Futekiya. Okay, so now let us allow us to introduce some of the titles that you can read on Manga Planet and Futekiya. So first, for Manga Planet, we have a lot of classics like Towards the Terra by Keiko Takemiya sensei. You can also read Gambling Apocalypse Kaiji by Nobuyuki Fukumoto sensei. I believe we have two other titles by Nobuyuki Fukumoto sensei, that's Kurosawa and Zero. So those are available on Manga Planet, and I think we've already released a lot, more than 10 volumes of those. We are on the 13th or 12th volume, I think. So yeah, a lot of things for you to read if you subscribe now. We also have the old Shonen Jump titles from the back in the 80s and 90s. So the one you're seeing on the presentation is Sakigake Otokujuku, or Charge, or we release it as Charge Men's School. And we also have Salaryman Kintaro, Silver Fang, the Shooting Star Gin, or Ginga Nagaremo Kujako, or Peacock King, and we have Magical Taruroto. So those are from the golden Shonen Jump age, that's what they call. So you can read those at Manga Planet. We also have more contemporary ones if you want to say. But we have a wide variety of seinen and josei titles that you can read. We have the Soremachi manga that's already completely released, as well as Sunken Rock, Spirit Circle. Oh my god, those are like really long titles that finally we've released all the chapters so you can binge read. Yeah. And we also have like titles from Tokuma Shoten, such as like this one. This is The Many Flavors of Kumika. It's really cute series. And if you're a cat lover, we have a lot of cat manga in our library. So I think more than 10 titles. Yeah.
That's the lineup of cat titles.
Yeah. As of recording, it was the International Cat Day yesterday, I think. So yeah. It's still not too late to celebrate by reading more cat manga on Manga Planet. And like genre-wise, we have romance titles. Some people call them just say, some people call them smut. some call them love manga. But yeah, we also have that kind of manga in our library, and you can read also Yuri and Girls Love works on Manga Planet. So we do not only have manga, we also have what we call super light novels. So those are like light novels but shorter. Like how many paragraph sentences in one page? Like 4 at most.
Or 3 or 4 sentences, depending. Sometimes it's only 1 for impact. So,
and then you have like illustrations. So yeah, you can finish one volume in one sitting. So we have a lot of those Yuri titles. And our latest release is this classic by Inoue Takehiko Sensei. You know him from Slam Dunk, Vagabond. So this is his second or third. Slam Dunk, he did Slam Dunk. After Slam Dunk, he did Buzzer Beater, I guess. The title is Buzzer Beater. You can read it on Manga Planet. It's only available. The English version now is only available on Manga Planet. So, yeah, if you love basketball, if you love Takehiko Inoue Sensei, please read Buzzer Beater on Manga Planet. Yay! Okay, so those are some of the titles that you can read on Manga Planet, and I will let Emma talk about the futekiya library. Yay!
Hey. So
Yay.
for this lineup, these are sort of hand-selected titles here. Just give you, for people who maybe haven't read BL manga before, this might give you a nice sort of sampler platter of titles that could be recommended for first-time readers or even long-time readers of BL manga. I think we have a lot of titles that seasoned BL manga readers haven't touched yet, so this is going to be the recommendation. So first off, for one of the recommendations, we have Meiro by Iwasawa Midori Sensei. This is one of the independent artists that works with us, and we're very grateful to have the chance to bring her work into English. It's sort of an unorthodox BL title. You won't find any it won't have any quote unquote spicy scenes in it. But it's a lot more action oriented and has sort of like a different flavor than what you'd see in most typical BL titles. It is a rather short title, I think only 2 chapters, but it is action packed and has like a lot of like ideas in it. So I recommend everyone to read it. The next title we have is with Swamp, which is run by Honto, which is a hybrid bookstore. So I was trying to remember. Title is The Puppy Dog Student Can't Ignore the Two-Faced Waiter. Really long title, sort of like a light novel almost.
I know. Yeah.
By Akavino Sensei. So this is a really sweet title. Sweet. Not too like complex in terms of like plot, but like it's a nice sort of fluffy title if you really want something to sort of cheer up your day. The art is really cute too as well, and it's still running even in Japan. So this is one of the rare occasions where we're able to publish titles like while they're still being published in Japan. So being able to work with Swamp is actually really nice, and we hope that you also like Swamp's manga as well. And so then the next title is through Kaiosha. It's Short Distance Love by Natsuo Ito sensei. The art in this one is so expressive, it's so expansive. It really throws you into an immersive story. It's a collection of shorter stories, so it's not an entire like volume focused on one couple per se, like most BL titles. But each story, even though it's compact, has a lot of breadth and an emotional journey that's really satisfying to read. So I recommend it for people who really want a satisfying story that is a little bit more mature, not in the like sort of spicy sense, but mature in sort of the emotional sense. So highly recommend that title. One of my favorites. And so then we get into sort of the I don't know, the glory road titles. Really like acclaimed titles over here in Japan. So we have the Japanese titles Achira Kochira Bokura or Here and There and Us by Tamato Sensei. This title was voted as #1 for like the Kono Bieru ga Yabai, like the most like recommended title basically from the sort of like committee of really hardcore BL fans. It's also an unusual BL title in that it didn't start off being published in like quote unquote a BL magazine. So the pacing and the development of the characters' relationships is a little bit different than most BL titles. But I think because it comes from a sort of different background, it explores avenues not often like touched upon in BL. It's not like having two high school students like in a love story is not uncommon. But the way that they approach sort of the development of the relationship over the course of their like high school experience and sort of the misunderstandings, the really realistic sense of like how you react to different situations or just growing up in general is so, I don't know, it's so refreshing and so it for me at least it's hard to read this title without crying actually because it's so good. Yeah, so I highly recommend.
And we are also releasing the continuation of this.
Oh yeah,
we announced it.
Oh yeah, we did announce.
We announced it before. Yeah.
Yeah. For those like, this is a good opportunity to catch up on this title before the release of the really more BL centric sort of sequel of this title. So yeah, so I really love so and then we have like a much more like not much more, but a very popular title in Japan as well. It's on the 3rd volume currently. It's at 25 o'clock in Akasaka by Natsuno Hiroko sensei. The art is very beautiful, like the eyes are so expressive. Each page is just like it's amazing. Like it's the type like you'd want prints in your room. The art is so beautiful. It's about 2 actors who are in like they're in a drama that has a relationship between 2 men, and so they sort of explore. It's sort of like teaching like how does one become a better actor almost in this story. Yeah. But it's so good. Like the pacing, it's like a really satisfying meal reading this title. So we have the first 2 volumes currently in the futekiya library. So please, this one is actually a very spicy title. Up until now they weren't that spicy, but if you want to try like a very beautiful but spicy title, this is definitely one for even new time readers that might enjoy. So yeah, these are the 5 picks from the futekiya library.
We also had the opportunity to like interview Tana sensei and Natsuno Sensei before, so those interviews and like some although Tana Sensei talked about her other works on futekiya, not exactly Achira here and there and us. But yeah,
the Japanese title.
Yeah, Achira because I'm looking at the Japanese cover, that's why.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
yeah,
in my mind, the Japanese title. So
it might give you also a better insights on how they like think about the story and like background on why Akasaka's art is so beautiful. Yeah,
they have two very different approaches, I think, when it comes to crafting a story, I think, as well, and like two different these are two very diverse examples of what's in the BL genre itself. Like it's hard to believe that they could be like in quote unquote in the same genre, maybe from like someone who's not too familiar with BL. Like it's like I don't know, the breadth, the absolute diversity of BL is amazing. I don't know, sorry. It's been a while since I've been this excited.
And we hope we covering that. I think we were trying to cover just and offer that a lot of varieties in the BL genre with futekiya. So you're not just, we don't tend to like choose a title over a certain like, you know, I don't know, what do you call that, trope? Or something.
I think we're trying to balance it out, basically. Like when I don't know, this is sort of like backstory or
like behind the scenes.
Yeah, behind the scenes. Like generally, like when we crafted the list, like when we write up the sort of recommendation list, like that when we ask publishers, generally like I go through like all of the books, I mean all of the titles that they have currently available. That we could ask for and sort of do a little bit more in-depth research as to like which title, like what's in each title, like read up on the different titles and artists and sort of try to pick out a balance. Now it doesn't, what we get back from the publishers isn't always like what we would like.
Yeah.
Like each publisher has different conditions as to like which titles that we could choose. Like if you want these titles, you should also publish these titles and things like that. So there's a lot of things like outside of the control. But we are trying to like, because publishers, there's certain titles that publishers actually do want to bring overseas.
That's true.
That haven't been picked up, or like that no one wants to pick up, and so they actually sometimes come to us to like ask if it's possible. So there's different requests and different like conditions in which publishers have. So maybe sometimes we don't get the titles that we want right away, but we also try to advocate for different titles we believe that should be brought over to English, or different titles that fans request of us as well. So it takes time. So, but yeah, that's sort of like a behind the scenes, I guess.
Yeah, like the negotiation takes time. Like Emma said, like but we do check the all the requests that we get from our readers, and we do take note of them. We have a list.
we do let the publishers know, like, oh, we have this many requests. Like we do get a lot of requests for this title. Like, is it possible? Sometimes it's possible to publish the title, sometimes it's not. It really there's a lot of different like circumstances that dictate what can or can't be licensed. But hearing your voices though helps. So thank you very much, everyone.
Yes. So don't think that we're ignoring or something.
Yeah. we get quite a few emails just even in one day for different requests. So it's sometimes like not overwhelming, but it takes time for us to process it and sort of add it to our notes. But yeah, like we are paying attention. Hope that we can fulfill a lot of the requests that people will send to us.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I hope those titles got you interested in Manga Planet and futekiya. If you want to subscribe, just go to read.mangaplanet.com or read.futekiya.com. We also have the links here on our virtual backgrounds if you can. Yeah, so please try out our titles. I'm pretty sure there you would find something interesting to read, and we also have like free samples, so you can read 3 chapters without actually subscribing first. And then if you want to read more, please subscribe. Okay, so we reached the part that is the most exciting part of the panel. Some new additions to our library. Yay! So we are happy to announce that we are gonna work with Tayo Tosho. Yay! This is for the futekiya library, by the way. So we are adding 5 new boys love titles from Tayo Tosho, a new publisher that we're working with. So let's go on and introduce which titles. So first, this is by Sumako Kari Sensei, Mune ni togesasu koto bakari. So we're releasing both the first and second volumes, both volumes of this title. And next, Kaoru Kemono by Ameshiro Sensei. And the third one is Aiseyo Bakemono by Tsukizuki Yoshi. Did I pronounce that right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Tsukizuki Yoshi Sensei. And Aito Hanaji by Rose Shiomi Sensei. And lastly, Akuma wa Fancy Allergy by Uri Sensei. Yay! All these 5 titles are coming to Manga. No, not Manga Planet. Futekiya soon.
Yay.
So Emma, what do you think?
I working with Tayo Tosho actually has been in the works for like a very long time. It's taken even before 2020. Like we were in. Wait, were you even working with us when we started? No, I think you were working with us when we started talking with Tayo Tosho. I think so. It must have been 2019, around when we first started talks to work with Tayo Tosho. And it's been a long wait. It's been something that I had to keep secret for a long time. We're full of secrets and sorrow. But that's okay, I guess. So it's a special. It feels really nice to be able to say that we're working with Tayo Tosho, and I hope that these titles will go well, and we'll be able to work with them further in the future. I guess a couple pickup, like Sumako Kari Sensei is a particular sensei that's really influential to a lot of BL and other manga, like BL artists, a lot of BL manga. And so it's really nice to be able to bring more like these works into English. And I know there's a small like group of people who really read them. So I hope more people read these titles. So it's really nice to bring these 2 particular ones. I think like Aito Hanaji is my like personal favorite almost, just because of the premise. I don't want to give too much away. I think once we release the official press release, you'll be able to read the summary there. But it has sort of comedic elements things that I find amusing and funny.
The title itself says love and nosebleed.
Yeah. So I hope I don't know, maybe my sense of humor isn't too wide. I don't know. Well, I hope people like it. And I remember Tayo Tosho Fitz Craft, the label itself had, like, the craft series had an exhibit over in Jinbocho, and I remember seeing like a little like small like corner for Akuma wa Fancy Allergy, and ever since then I had been like a fan of this particular title. So it's really nice to be able to license it and to bring it to more fans. Like I remember seeing the cover, and then a couple of like they had the like printed out like genko for
the manuscripts.
The manuscripts, yeah. English, yeah. The manuscripts. I thought it was really interesting at the time. So having it be able to be the back and forth with Tayo Tosho like took a long time, and like what titles you could get, like what titles we could beat the prices kept changing, and so the final, like when we got the final list, I was really like wow, these wow, some of my favorite titles made about this. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's titles that other people probably like too. Like, yeah. So that's just, I guess, another behind the scenes of what happened there. But yeah, these are just the first 5. Hopefully, rooting for more in the future. So yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like the selection of futekiya is really like, you know, getting wider and wider now that we have Tayo Tosho on board as well. So yeah, we're very excited to bring you all these titles, and be sure to like keep yourself updated by following us on social media. So we are on Facebook, we are on Twitter, and we are on Instagram. So you can see our handles on the screen. For futekiya, it's all just futekiya, FUTEKIYA. And for like inquiries or title requests, you can contact us via our contact form. Once you send us a request, we receive that. So there's no need to send it a couple of times. You know.
It hits like everyone in our office. Actually, everyone gets the email.
Yeah, when you try to contact us via the contact form, everyone sees it on even on social media. Actually, everyone sees like what people are, you know, saying, and like when you mention us, like thinking, like talking to other artists. Yeah, we see those tweets. Not really. Not really threatening, but yeah, we enjoy seeing your reviews and stuff like that. So yeah, if anything, you know where to find us. Okay, so that, I think that brings us to the end of the presentation. Emma, do you have any last words?
I just want to say like, thank you for like Otakuthon for having us this year. Last year was a lot of fun too, and it's nice to have even just like a more like low-key talk this time. Also, thank you for everyone for watching this. I hope maybe we gave something of interest to viewers. And I just hope everyone, you know, stays chill, safe, and healthy as we continue into 2021.
Yes. Thank you everyone for watching, and thank you Otakuthon for having us again, and like really adjusting their schedules and stuff for us to accommodate us. We're very grateful, and thank you those who watch until the very end. I hope you will look forward to, although those are BL titles, I hope you look forward to the new titles of coming to futekiya. And we also are scheduled to release a lot of Kodansha titles on Manga Planet. So please look forward to those too. Follow us on social media, and please stay safe and healthy until we see each other in person. I hope soon. Maybe next year we'll be in Montreal, Canada. I hope so. I don't know. Yeah, just yeah, let's just cooperate to end this pandemic. Yeah, and enjoy the rest of the event. So this has been Gladys and Emma. So bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching.